Peyton Barger. Working at SB 252.
Roger Goodell right here. There he is.
How you guys doing today? Welcome to SB 252. Please be sure you like this video, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that notification button to make sure you're notified every time I post a new video. So today, we're going to talk about Ezekiel Elliot, and guess what? Ezekiel Elliot will be suiting up in Week 1 against the New York Giants. How about that? On prime time, baby. Now, the NFL, we knew that they were going to upheld the suspension against Elliott. It was quite obvious. Either the NFL completely got rid of the suspension or they gave him the 6 games. Because it would look really bad if they reduced the suspension to, say, 2 games, 4 games. Because the NFL, remember, just the other year, because of the Ray Rice incident, they made a set mandatory suspension for domestic violence at 6 games. And then the second offense would be a year and then possibly indefinitely. So we knew that this suspension was going to be overlooked by the same man that made the ruling for the suspension to be made, and that would be Mr. Roger Goodell. And we're sick of him. As I said before, Roger Goodell is the biggest communist that ever existed. Well, maybe not that ever existed, but is a big communist, and hit all decisions, all rulings, all appeals go to him. And that is why Ezekiel Elliot wants to take this to federal court. I would too. But despite that, the NFL still is trying to suspend Ezekiel Elliot before federal court process has a chance to make a ruling and make a decision on this case. So the NFLPA, on behalf of Ezekiel Elliot, actually requested to the local district court in Texas for the suspension to be withheld until the federal ruling on the case is actually made. Now here's the thing, in the local district just the other day, on Tuesday, the NFL had nothing to do with this, but in court they actually were hearing to see whether or not the suspension can be held until the court case is actually taken to federal courts, but the ruling has not been made yet, so we'll have to wait till Friday. But in the meantime, the NFL decided to let Ezekiel Elliott play for Week 1. So it could come up that by the time the end of the week comes, Ezekiel Elliott's suspension will actually start in Week 2, and thereon it'll go and continue on for 6 games, which is absolutely insane. I know it's crazy, guys. Ezekiel Elliott is just, I'm sure that he's devastated. I'm sure that he's absolutely angry about this situation. We know he's going to take this to federal court. As I said, he should take this to federal court. Now, my guess is that the NFL is going to have nothing to do with this because they're trying to force him to be suspended despite the fact that the ruling and the case has not even been taken to federal court yet. Get that. But I think the federal, not the federal court, but I think the local district will decide that this suspension should be held until the federal ruling is made. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. I'm sick of Roger Goodell. I'm sick of the NFL. I'm sick of their ways. Whether Ezekiel Elliott is innocent or guilty, you do not put a suspension on somebody until the final ruling is ultimately made. That's the end of today's video, guys, and peace.